Welcome to episode 3 of the Jabronies podcast. We do not have any topics for the day, but hopefully we still entertain you in your daily activities.
A weird way to start it.
Yeah, but it works.
It's all factual though. We have no anything to talk about. And actually we recorded 15 minutes and then my computer crashed. We had to restart. So we're doing this take 2. And I don't think we're gonna reuse the same topics. We wanna keep it pretty improv, which it is really. We don't have any planned topics, as mentioned, a lot. And then also, okay, real quick, wanted to apologize that we didn't have it out bi-weekly. I was just out of town, so basically just got pushed back another week. But now it should be bi-weekly moving forward. Is myself,
Jesse,
or Waddles,
if that's what floats your boat.
Jessica, my girlfriend, who doesn't have some cool alias name. Tyler or Corspic, and Dallas or Big Texas. Okay, so here we are.
I just figured out what we can talk about first.
Great, that's great because I don't have
We can come up with an alias for Jessica.
That's a good idea.
What?
Oh boy.
Let's make it
hurt.
No, let's not. Let's find her worst flaws and then base it off of that.
Alright, so what's the cringiest thing that you enjoy?
Wait a minute. That's not fair to ask somebody.
That's very
I don't know I don't know what to start with for what would you call?
Cole's wearing a Hawaiian lei right now. I messed that up.
Yeah, I forgot to put this on.
That's pretty cringy. You like somebody who's doing that.
Oh yeah. Not anymore. But
Well, she did like me, at least. At least at the beginning of the podcast.
no, yeah. Let's break up on this podcast.
Take one or take two.
I'm down. Let's do it. Okay.
Well, the comments are going to be beautiful.
Well, you're in school.
Yeah, that's me.
And you do really well at school.
School of Magoo.
Study nerd loser 334.
428.
69.
I don't know. What would you? I mean, if you had to come up with some cool ass name,
Dude, I don't have a cool name.
you should come up with one real fast. It's never easy to do. I'm not gonna think of this.
That's a part of childhood that I
fifth,
I regretted.
5th through 7th grade, I was Goaty Gal.
That's pretty great.
I liked goats, so I was Goaty Gal.
You could be GPA HCS.
Grade point average.
Halo Championship Series.
Which, if you put HCS in your gamer tag, you're just a sweaty nerd. So, yeah, kind of.
It's okay if you are, but you are one.
No, you are.
I mean, yeah, you're dating a sweaty nerd.
That's true.
There's somebody in the comments that has HCS in their gamer tag that got
there's
really
a lot.
happy for just a second and then got really
There's
sad.
a lot of people in the comments with HCS. No, it's just like the MLG tags back in the day. If you put it in there,
I think people know
hard.
though. I think even if nowadays people have HCS in their game
Not
tag,
those people
there's
in the comments.
few. Because if people know that watch me stream, if you have HCS in your gamer tag and I shit on you, I'm talking double the shit.
Yeah,
like,
no, as you should. That's yeah.
That's a good...
You're putting light respect on your own name if you put an HCS in there.
So there's a good question though. What's the best gamer tag you've ever played against?
Abraham Lincoln 5000.
Yep.
No, Fickle Mr. Disney.
That's the second.
Fickle Mr. Disney's the best.
No,
I remember I had a moment, turned the Xbox off, had to talk to Cole about it for a cute couple minutes, then turn it back on, jump right back in.
Fickle Mr. Disney was
I remember
good.
the Abraham Lincoln 5000. We were playing uncaged snipers in Halo Reach, and he got a triple kill. And I said, Abraham Lincoln 5000 going ham, and you just said that name, and it was just glorious.
Abraham Lincoln 5000. That was it. It's the whole thing. Or Ice 320,000.
Listen, you shut the fuck up. What you're gonna do?
Dallas's OG gamer tag.
Listen, man, it was rough.
Ice
okay?
320,000.
We talked about my
yeah, but
past
it's so
gamer
funny,
tags
dude.
not that long ago, and it hurt my feelings. So let's not do it again.
Hey, dude, I got ego.
I don't want to bring up the MW2 one. I'm not gonna.
Nah, don't do that.
I don't wanna.
Or the Halo Reach one.
Tyler, how'd you come up with
They're
your gamer
bad.
tag?
They're
It's a
not
fun
good.
story.
Mine?
Yeah.
It's literally just structure of a word. That's what I went with. I like Crim6, so I went with the K of Crim, and then the
Or the six. Corp 6.
And then after that, I slowly developed Corp 6.
Means nothing.
It means jack shit.
Yeah,
nothing.
it actually means. Well, the thing about it meaning nothing is that you can make it mean whatever you want it to mean. So it can mean like yourself.
There
gives you.
was no meaning when I made it, so it means nothing to me. It's literally just my name.
Yeah, your brother made up a word and then he tried to put a definition to it.
No,
I don't want to get in there because I'm trying to grill on Troy, but that shit's stupid.
No, Troy
It's so dumb.
Yeah, Troy's was rough too, but the exact same way I don't want to talk about my past gamer tags, I don't want to grill him. Because
I'm not going to grill him.
If he was here,
if he was here, it'd be a different story.
About it.
Because he could explain it himself. But
I'm
I'm
talking about how you wiped that jelly on my carpet those years ago. I'll talk about that, Troy. I hope you're listening. I swear, I'm gonna wait till you buy your first house when you get older. I hope you you risked a lot to sign this mortgage. The first thing that I'm gonna do is come over, half a jar of grape jelly. I'm gonna leave the second half somewhere in the house. I don't know.
You gotta tell the story first before you start just threatening
No,
to
this
put
man
jelly
is
all over
sitting.
his house.
First of all, I had a coffee table in my room because I was cool and had a coffee table. And we one time brought a toaster in my room and we're making peanut butter and jellies. And just in my room watching movies, making peanut butter and jellies. Troy comes over late. I didn't know him well at all. I didn't know him. I forget his name every now and then at the time because I didn't like it. We were watching Breaking Bad. And we were making peanut butter and jellies and this man's sitting Indian style. And that weird kind of Indian style where both feet are on top? You know what I'm talking about? That's how he was sitting, if that means anything to you. And he was just eating, talking with his mouth full. I'm bashing on Troy. Troy, it's not that bad, but it was. And he leans, instead of leaning forward over his plate like, a non-crazy person, he drops this huge glob of jelly on the floor, and in the middle of talking to somebody, bends his foot down, wipes it into the carpet, and keeps talking. Troy's fine, except for that. He put his feet on my pillow one time, too. Look. I'm sorry, Troy. We're friends. I promise.
Can we talk about that for a bit? Well, so keep on brainstorming ideas for. We'll make that a mission before the podcast ends to come up with a name for Jessica here. But
I got one for Troy. Jelly wiper.
It changes you every time you jelly wiper. It's the best thing ever.
That's actually a sick gamer tag. You should do it.
So good.
I saw Jelly Wiper be like, cool. That's,
I was going to talk a little bit about the story of, when we got to make Erebor in Minecraft. So first of all, let me preface this quick story with, Minecraft's awesome if you play it with friends, and fuck you if you think otherwise. Because you can talk shit about Minecraft all day, but you get some buddies and you go in a creative world and build some shit together, and you tell me that shit's not awesome.
It's growing up Legos. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's like Legos. It's fun. Anyway, so a couple of years ago, it's 2014, Jesse, Dallas, and I were hanging at Jesse's house. So, quick context here. Jesse's parents built a big addition to his house for his grandma to live in there. And then she lived in there for a bit. And then when she wasn't living there, Jesse got it. So we had this huge, apartment, huge
Hence
thing.
the coffee table.
Yeah, just to hang out at. We just had a big area. So, it was always cool hanging out there and stuff. We brought all our Xboxes over. And we all had our own little setups. And we were playing Halo and stuff. But then, we decided to start working on a Minecraft project. And basically, we were making Erebor from The Hobbit, which is the big dwarf, basically where Smaug is, that huge emerald place. Mm-hmm. We were going to make our own version. And
you can maybe link that video.
Well, you can if you remember how to get to it, because I'll do it. I don't know how to find the video. Anyways, so it started, it was bad weather. Here where we live, it doesn't snow, but it was actually snowing this weekend in particular. And so Dallas, all his work got canceled, all my work got canceled. Jesse was back on break from school. So none of us had to work.
No,
you had to work.
I wasn't on break, and it started snowing. I had a big test.
Oh, that's right.
I wasn't doing great.
Right.
I wasn't doing great at the class, right? And it's like a Tuesday night. I had a test on Wednesday. The test was at 9 a.m. I went to bed at 7 a.m. Not knowing if class was canceled, just went to bed. I was like, I'll wake up and figure it out. Woke up at noon and checked, and the class had got canceled while I was asleep. So
it was awesome though. So yeah, we had a toaster oven on the coffee table, sitting there making toasted PB&Js and just playing Minecraft for hours and hours and hours on end. And it was snowy outside, and occasionally we'd take a break and go out and play in the snow and get way too cold and get back in. It was great. Yeah. We did that for 3 days straight, and we'll make it even better.
We were idiots, though. We would run out in the snow with socks on.
No, we did it barefoot. Jesse and I literally stripped down our boxers, ran 100 yards, and touched this brick pile and ran back 100 yards.
That was just me. I ran out there with my socks on one time.
I do remember that, though.
I was hyped. Yeah. I don't know why. I was like, snow, let's go! Just ran out there in my bare feet.
The thing was, talking about the running in the snow thing like that, it was like, oh, it's going to be cold. It wasn't cold because you're running. It was fine. It felt like you were running, it hurt your feet so bad because, it was, wet, shitty snow, and it felt like you were cutting your feet open. Anyways, that was really cool, and we knew in the moment this is gonna be a great memory, and this is gonna be one of those moments that you never get to do again. And then 3 weeks later, weather got just as bad, and we got to do it again. It was awesome.
Yeah,
We did it
This
for, like,
time,
3 days straight,
I
second time.
figured out class was canceled before I stayed up until class. So yeah, that was
stayed up until class.
Yeah, because my dad, popped his head in before he went to bed and was like, "Hey, going to bed? You got class tomorrow?" I was like, "Nah, we're good." And so, like, he shut the door. I was like, "I have no idea." And he woke up in the morning and, like, we were still up, and he opened my door. He was like, "You got class?" I said, "Nah, we're good." And
That's the thing, yeah, like where we live, again, it doesn't snow. So if it does snow, pretty much everything shuts down. They just cancel everything.
Yeah, because nobody's used to the
Yeah,
conditions.
if there's any like ice on the road and stuff, it's just going to be catastrophic. So they just...
Catastrophic's probably a bit extreme.
Well,
I would say if the amount of people that normally drove on the roads drove during that kind of snow, that it would be
I mean, worst case
considered
scenario, what
catastrophic.
happened in Atlanta a couple years ago, where, like, you got stuck on the interstate for, like, 26 hours.
Yeah.
That's bad. I'm not saying it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying, like, I don't know, catastrophic just seems a bit extreme.
26 hours people got stuck?
You didn't hear about that? Yeah, Atlanta is not
The
prepared
interstate
to deal
literally
with
just stopped.
anything. Yeah, and they didn't let people off exits and stuff, and they were just like, "Stay in your cars, it's fine." Yeah, 26 hours, something like that. It was a long time. Don't fact check me, but it was over 18 hours. I remember because it was one of those like it just walks.
So what happens if you don't have like a bottle or something to piss in?
All over the interstate.
Or the
Yeah.
interior of your car?
That
Or the trunk?
freezes.
I'm shitting in the trunk, and I'm just going to close it, and we're not going to look back.
Well, no, I'm
Get in
opening. I'm
somebody else's
opening.
car.
I'm opening my door in the back door, and I'm just gonna stand between the doors and do my business. Then nobody can see you.
You gonna
Except
shit
for
on
the-
the asphalt, Dallas? People are gonna see
Yes,
that.
I'll
child
shit on the
in the
asphalt.
bed
It's fine.
And the lane next to you.
I think what
What
is
about-
going on
yeah,
in time warps
No,
it.
what about Jess was pointing out? What about the car that's literally in the lane right next to it? It's gonna be staring at you.
I always drive on
Look
the
up
interstate in the
straight
far
in
left
the
lane,
eye.
so I'm gonna have walls.
I'm stuck in traffic. Dude just gets out of his car, hangs dong. I don't know what's going on.
I'm taking
I
a
was
shit
on
on the
the
road
phone.
because I'm not shitting in my car. I'm not shitting in the trunk. I'm shitting on the side of the road, and I'm using a sock to wipe my ass. And that's the end of the story. That's how it's going down.
For the people that couldn't see, I was doing act like I was on the phone there. It sounds weird. I was doing the gesture, but you can't see it. It's cold,
I
though,
just
Dallas.
vision-
You're
Yeah,
outside.
okay, yeah, it's fine. It's cold, whatever. That's
So,
fine.
pro
That's
tip
gotta be
is
worse, though.
always drive in the fast lane. So
Just
if
in
that
case.
ever happens,
Yeah.
You have the shoulder to work with. Now, the other thing that sucks, though, you think about it, if it's that cold, you can't run your car the whole time because you run out of gas and then you're fucked. Or you can't run your car for
No,
26 hours.
it was really bad. It was really bad. Now, like, Atlanta is equipped with like all this. I don't want to I can't speak for Atlanta. There's gonna be like somebody who lives in Atlanta like, "Oh, you don't know the facts," and you're right, I don't. But it was a long time.
Whatever. Hypothetically, 26 hours of traffic would be brutal.
No, I mean brutal. I think again is you need to get your words right, man.
What?
I'm sorry. I just catastrophic.
I mean-
Catastrophic's a bit much, and brutal's
I mean,
a bit.
no, I think it would be grizzly. Like that would be a bad word to use.
You instantly,
Grizzly traffic
you
in Atlanta.
instantly, you instantly grow a 9-inch beard.
You start killing people with a chainsaw. Is what I imagine. You just start saying you describe something as like a grisly murder. That's what I'm thinking.
I was thinking of like a grizzly bear. You ever read the book Gentle Ben? It's this dude.
Do you think any of us have read the book?
Listen,
Gentle
No, but
yeah,
we're on the
this-
subject
This
of
is one of your.
It was
This is one of your. I know for a fact nobody has, but I'm going to
30
ask the
hours.
question and then I'm going to go on a tangent.
No, it's a short tangent. We're
Apparently,
talking about
Jessica
peanut
fact checked it. It's 30 hours.
So you
Oh.
underestimate.
I'm sorry. No, Gentle Ben. This little kid finds a bear and just keeps it in a shack on his way to and from school. So his mom packs him 2 sandwiches every day for lunch, and he feeds this bear from cub, PB&Js and stuff like that until it's a full-grown grizzly bear.
True story.
No, it's not a true story.
Okay.
But it's a
Bro,
book,
that's
and it
malnutrition.
changed my
You
life.
died.
You know, like, so you know dream sequences in movies and like books and stuff. I was so young when I read it that I didn't know dreams were a thing. And this kid has a dream sequence that he's just running with the bear, and it just gets sniped, just blown up. And I'm like, oh, the bear Gentle Ben just died. And then the next chapter, he's alive, and I'm like, we got ourselves a magic bear, fellas. And I didn't. And I committed it to memory and forgot. And then when I learned that like dreams happen like to other people, I was like,
it's a phoenix grizzly bear.
it was crazy. Great book, Gentle Ben. I recommend it. Also, My Side of the Mountain. I read that book when I was a kid. Great book. Holes. Great book. We talked about the movie.
I read Holes. It was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I read the.
We'll talk about kids'
I've
books.
never read the movie. Read the movie.
Never
read
seen
read the
movie.
book, but the movie's great.
I'll never forget. My sister came home and she's like, "I got a new book," or she's like, "I'm reading a book. It's really good." And I was like, "What's it called?" She said Holes, and I still remember this. I immediately default imagined a normal size, regular size book, about the size of the book that it is, but just somebody took a hole puncher and just shot just a million holes in it. That's what I imagined because it was called Holes, and I don't know. I just imagined like you couldn't read it. It looked like a block of cheese. I don't know why. It's still in my head. Weird way my brain
Weird.
goes.
I also thought that every book that was ever written was written like in first person, meaning like nobody could write it. Like I didn't think when I was a kid that you could make up a book.
Well-
so I thought everything was a true story. So I thought when on the title, like the cover, it says Louis Sagar, however you say the author's name.
It's yeah.
And then when all of a sudden the character introduces himself as Stanley Yelnats, I'm like, somebody's a liar. And because as a kid I didn't know. And then again when I got older, I was like, I was an idiot.
Yeah, I used to think that music on the radio, like, I used to think artists had one song, they were only allowed one song, and I thought that they always had to live perform it every single time it played on the radio.
What a savage way we imagine
Dude,
popular
yeah.
culture.
And I used to think,
yeah, you're up.
yeah, it's exactly what I imagined.
Yeah.
And I also thought that when you died in a movie, you actually died, and I thought people were okay with it because artists are so, like, diehard about, like, they're like, it's for them, and they would straight up die.
You grew up a creative person.
Yes, I did.
That's
it's,
cool.
It's,
No,
well,
that
I was
means you're
really
willing
small.
to.
Yeah, but
I'm
that's,
just saying, like,
yeah.
the only
I'm
story
an
you're
artist,
allowed to tell
bro.
is your
I'm
own.
willing to die. You want to shoot me with a shotgun? I'll pull the Crow. He got killed. Yeah, that's
Wait,
what it was.
wait.
Dude, they're making a new The Crow movie, but with Jason Momoa as the Crow.
That's
Why?
I mean, I don't know. He seems a bit
He better not
tan.
die because if he dies, I'll be sad.
He seems a bit tan.
They're just making remakes now.
Yeah, that's all they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so, like, I'm all for expanding this cinematic universe of Marvel or Harry Potter or whatever, but, like, come on, man. New movie. Arrival was great, and it was a brand new movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's based off of...
I mean, like, well, there's not a new idea under the sun. We all know it. So
Okay, well, that's philosophical and pedantic. Like, I'm just saying,
it's
like...
still though.
Yeah, well, there's no such thing as an original thought. Everything is derivative. Like, that's cool, I accept that. But I'm saying, like...
I know,
it's
but
the
I'm
Mummy,
saying,
but again...
I'm
like,
saying at
it's
this
just-
point with movies, like pretty much anything you're gonna see, they're gonna be like, well, this was basically the same movie as this movie that came out 50 years
But
ago.
it's like... But that's different, though. I'm saying, like... At least pretend it's different. Don't call it the same thing.
I'm cool with them being calling it the same thing.
I mean, at least they're being honest with
Yeah,
us.
That's
exactly.
why
Yes.
I'm huge on Inception. That's one of the most original ideas. Like, it's so cool. Like, you think there's no... It's like its own thing. Like, nothing is like that.
You ever seen Prestige?
Yes.
I know you have, but I'm asking. So, like, I don't. Okay, if you have, I'm not gonna spoil anything. But if you haven't seen Prestige, great movie, right? My sister, who is not a movie buff, right? I said, "Have you ever seen the movie The Prestige?" She's like, "Yeah." The part with the bear at the end freaked me out, and I was like, "Oh, you shouldn't have spoiled anything." And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. You know, spoiler is fine, but just the part with the bear is crazy." So the whole time I was sitting there watching The Prestige, great movie. You could tell something was going on. I'm freaking out. I'm like, this story doesn't warrant a bear at all.
Where's there a bear?
And then the movie ends, roll credits, and I'm just like, I got played in slow motion for 3 hours. Like,
And a grizzly bear comes out. See, there's the grizzly comes
crazy,
out. Full
man.
circle.
Good lord, magic bear. Yeah, we pulled
Grizzly
yeah, you're
murder.
I know something that could get Cole real triggered in talking about something.
Oh, God.
What do you think about reality shows like America's Got Talent and American Idol? Just any kind of talent
Well,
competition.
I mean, I don't know. They're pretty much the same show every season, and it bores me. I don't care. There's that, and I think...
That was a pretty tame opinion.
Oh, well, there's... I see... We were watching some of the clips of it last night, some of the stuff, and... Like, example, I'll talk about... What is it? Puddle's Pity Party? Fuck that guy, first off. So homeboy...
What if he's listening?
Fuck Puddles. He can know exactly
like
what I'm
them.
going to say. So here's the thing. So he comes out, and he's this mime, sad clown-looking mime dude. And he doesn't say anything. He's carrying a briefcase where it's Puddle's Pity Party, and they're like, what's your name? And he points at it. And then like, oh, what are you going to do? It's America's Got Talent. So like, what is he going to do? And he goes there and he sings Chandelier by Sia. And mediocre. I'm telling you, as mediocre as it could be. So this is exactly where I'm at. And then at the end, he gets all emotional because people were like, oh, it was so good. It was fine. It was not bad. Okay, it didn't freeze. Sorry, I thought my computer froze again. It was fine. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It would nowhere near deserved the applause that it got. But it was because it was a shock factor of that. And it pissed me off because it's like, this guy, he's smart, but it bothers me because he's like, I'm not that great. I'm good, but not that great. So what I'll do is, I'll go out there and act like I have no confidence and nothing like that, and then I'll just sing, and then people will be so blown away.
You got played. That's
It's
why you're
stupid.
upset.
I didn't get played.
No, you got played.
You
That's
No.
why you're
were
upset.
expecting
You were
a
expecting
clown act.
No, I expected him
That's
to be a
what
lot
you
better,
wanted.
and when he wasn't a lot better, I was like, that's stupid. He
You
didn't
were
deserve the
expecting
applause he got.
You were expecting a pity party.
No, that's exactly what it is, though. It's the same thing as, like, it's what I was talking shit yesterday. Same thing. They'll do the little sad backstory, and they'll be like, oh, my family member died in a car accident at a young age. It was traumatized for me, and all I want to do is be a
And the
singer.
judges knew how to
I
get
don't
there
care.
every time.
It's not about what happened to you in the past. It's supposed to be about your talent, and if you're just okay, then you shouldn't get extra points just because some sad shit happened to you. I'm sorry. It's a singing competition.
All right, well, hold on. somebody call the producers. Cole needs to revolutionize this form of content.
This is why
because apparently they're doing it wrong.
This is why I prefer actual sports over competition, because competition's subjective. It's stupid.
You don't believe that everything's rigged now? Super Bowl,
Well,
rigged.
sure.
NASCAR, rigged. That's the truth. Don't get me started. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is terrible.
You think the Super Bowl is rigged?
No, I don't think the Super Bowl is rigged, but like I think it's ridiculous for you to believe that like that refs aren't encouraged to like college football. Is
Oh, I
mainly
could
what I'm
totally
talking
buy
about.
into that.
No, college football and like preseason, like there's been like proof. Like NBA in the past has been 100%, for lack of a better word, rigged. Like I think it's naive for you to think that modern professional sports I'm
There's
not
a
trying
bias,
to be
100%
no,
bias.
but like bias under like there's an empire of money and like college football in all professional sporting venues, and in this way I'm talking about college football as professional and the amount of money it makes. Like you make more money having Alabama beat Georgia in this SEC championship game. Georgia's an inferior team. I'm not saying we have deserved to win in the past X number of years, but you get more eyeballs with certain teams, so the refs should encourage those certain team winning. It's not blatant. I mean, like,
Yeah,
9
I agree
out of
with
10
you.
times I would
Some people straight up think it's all fixed and I'm like, you look at the
No.
last 3 Super Bowls with the Patriots in it, and 3 of the most insane catches of all time have happened in those last 3 Super Bowls. It's not consecutive, but those 3 games specifically, this long bomb pass that bounce off like 8 players, and it's the most insane. Like that, you can't fake
This
that.
most recent one still hasn't set in yet as a Falcons fan, so I'd rather not talk
But
about it.
still, like those catches, you can't fake that shit. There's no.
You totally could fake it. It's not rigged. I'm not saying it's rigged, but when you
can't take that.
say nothing's impossible.
All right,
just-
Adidas.
Yeah. No. Whoa. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Okay, where were we going a minute ago? Because I was talking about something.
Oh, but
Dallas literally-
I have another idea.
I was gonna say, hold on for a second. Let me just clarify. Something like a competition. Too many times is the pity vote a factor on winning competitions when it shouldn't be. Because that's why I prefer things like race. There's a tangible winner.
Except
because,
for NASCAR, because
or-
there's
well,
not,
whatever.
because it's rigged.
But I'm saying it's first person across the finish line. No exceptions. Don't care if the first person across the finish line's a jerk. They cross first. They win. You know, so like it's like the singing show shit. It's too like, oh, I had a sad whatever. Sing. And it is all subjective, so whatever.
Like-
but I don't like it. That's why I don't like it.
I just think you need to settle down.
I mean, that's fine.
I'm just trying to be confrontational.
Look, dude, you go watch that clip of
And well,
Puddles.
NASCAR's not rigged, guys, just so you know.
Tyler's
This
been
is
quiet,
just
but he
salty.
agrees with me. That guy was not that good.
No, it wasn't that good.
It really wasn't. It was all right. He wasn't bad by any means, but the applause he got was ridiculous. People were like standing ovation, like, "Yes, fucking go!" And it's like, this dude's like 50. For the record, this dude's like 50. It's not like some like, I don't know.
That's ages, bro. Sorry, I don't want to go there. Dallas, can you start something else?
All right. Jess, why don't you like magicians?
They don't.
Yeah, you had a pretty good description of this last night, so let's hear it.
Because I don't understand why they work, and there's so much going on. It's a bad reason to not like them, because I don't like them because the very premise of what a magician is, I don't like it because...
You don't get it?
People
There's a
figure what they
disconnect.
don't understand.
I should understand it, but I don't, and they're just annoying, and...
I will agree they're annoying. Like,
all
I
of
would
the, like,
never want to talk to
pulling
one.
shit out of a hat, it's stupid, and it's pointless, and why?
If I took my hat
There's
off
no
right now,
purpose to it.
if I took my hat off right now and started pulling an endless string of T-shirts out of my
I'd
hat,
ask
you'd
you to
be
leave.
impressed. No,
No,
you would
I'd
not.
say, "Get
You'd
out."
say, "Can I have one of those free T-shirts?"
I'm sick of
No,
it.
Look. Here's
I
another
want a
thing.
free T-shirt.
I will say though, I agree. Like
Leave the shirts,
almost every magician I see do performances like they all have the same smug fuck attitude,
And then-
and that's I don't like
that
that.
is-
No, and
is
if you're
true.
like
I
a
appreciate
comedy,
that,
if you're a
though.
comedy magician, you're like even worse because you're trying to make jokes out of the magic, and it's
No, here's my
it's
thing.
all
Let's
bad.
get down to the real heart of the issue. Do you think there are people that pull off actual magic? I'm not talking about like
Look, man.
a disappearing bot. No, don't say "look, man" and give me some non-answer. I mean, yes
No,
or no.
I was
Do you
gonna
think
answer-
there's real magic?
Well, let me just give him a quick answer. We watched this clip last night, so there's either an impossibly fast table that flips some shit underneath it. One dude sold the devil. That's the only thing that could happen. He's the Antichrist for sold the devil. And it was a clip we watched, some America's Got Talent thing or something.
I
don't know.
Look, man. I don't believe anything I see on video anymore. I just don't. But like, I want to be amazed. I wake up every morning wanting to be amazed, and it never happens.
Yeah, we
My
hear
life
about it
is
a lot
sad.
because Dallas and I had a
How
close encounter with the fourth kind, and Jesse tells us
If you want to go there, I'll go there. All right,
That's
so here's
rough.
the thing.
See,
No. I'm not asking
I've
anybody.
been keeping this story off a podcast.
I'm not asking
I don't want
anybody.
people to think
I'm not
I'm fucking
asking
crazy.
anybody. I'm not asking anybody to describe anything. All I'm saying is I right now tattoo it on my chest. If I see something crazy going off in the woods over there, I'm willing to fight and die on that hill. We're going. I'm in the woods. I gotta figure it out.
And you're the white guy in horror movies.
Totally cool.
That
totally
everybody
cool
talks
with
shit about. They're like, why white people have to chase everything and die?
Here's the thing. It's not... Look,
Because
it's just...
that's you. You would get killed.
No, I wouldn't. I'd come back triumphantly.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd probably not.
It
But
never happens that way.
well, only in movies, because movies are dumb. We just talked about that. I'm saying, like, I couldn't... I could. I mean, like, you don't know until you know.
So, you witness a grisly murder.
Wait a minute.
I gotta
That's
say
not...
it.
I'm
No.
talking about aliens, man.
You wouldn't... Alright, alien, grisly murder. And then they run around the corner, and you're like... oh, shit. I gotta go see more about that. So you go... And you know what happens? You get grizzly.
No, so you're saying, like, worst case scenario, I run around the corner, face to face, I know in my heart of hearts it's an alien, and then I get grizzly murdered?
Yeah.
I get grizzly murdered a happy man.
I
Look,
mean-
like, if I had to go to bed every night replaying this one instance in my head, knowing that there was a way to gather more information that would alleviate some of this doubt in my head, I'd want to know. That being said, like, I can't speak to the fear or the unknown, whatever. I'd want to know.
I mean, I understand that. I definitely do.
I
understand.
I understand the want to know, but at the same time, I wouldn't put my own life in danger to come across that knowledge.
The other thing is that you gotta understand, in the situation that Dallas and I were in, we were
We're
not...
not asking anybody to describe anything.
I'm just saying, well, that's kind of like unfair too, because now everybody in the place is like, oh my god, I gotta
that's
hear
totally
about this.
fair. Then all they you wink.
I'm just saying, in the situation that Dallas and I were in, we were both genuinely scared.
And
Like,
that's
we
cool.
were not like, oh, what is that? We were like, holy shit, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Honest engine here. I'm in the car, and let's assume I'm Mr. Brave Man that I say I am. We're in the car. We all see it. Y'all are genuinely scared. Imagine the same emotion. I jump out of the car and I take off. Are you leaving me, or are you gonna wait?
Listen,
I
man,
wouldn't be able to leave you, but-
there's definitely some thinking going
Yeah,
on.
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to leave you, though. I don't.
While I'm
I
running, I'm
genuinely-
FaceTiming you, so like hopefully you know.
I
And, like, if you
genuinely-
lose,
If you're
Literally-
FaceTiming me, if I see not your face for an instant, I'm gone.
The thing is, though, I wish Troy was here because he would help testify. But like when he showed up, because we were waiting on him. When he showed up, we were literally like yelling at him, like, "Get the fuck in the car!" And he thought we were joking.
And he was like, "What's up, guys?" And I'm
like, because he
was
was just like, "We're just going to chill," and he didn't think we were serious. When we were like, "Dude, seriously, get the fucking car," because like we were both freaking out. And yeah, I kind of feel like we should tell the story though.
no, I
I
think
don't
you.
even
I think
know
you
the
should.
story. I'm confused.
You wink and nod. You wink and nod and say, "Stick around," and then it encourages people to come to the next one.
Should we?
So
Because the story could be a long story.
Well, it didn't have to be a long story.
I mean, but it could be. I think in order to get the best detail, it needs to be a long story. So we should save it for next podcast
But
and keep people in their seats.
That's what I mean.
I'll just tell the story then. I mean, it's not. I'll just tell it. It doesn't have to be that much detail, honestly. Like,
Go for
to
it.
get the picture. Well, basically, so Tyler and Troy used to live in an apartment complex that's a couple minutes from here, and we were all going to do something. I don't know. Go see.
We were going to meet up at Steak and Shake, and it was me and you driving.
Yes,
in that
we did
back
go to
road.
Steak and Shake. I didn't eat anything. Neither
Nope,
did you. 'Cause I
neither
didn't have
of
an
us ate.
appetite because I was freaked out. So, yeah. So, dude, oh, it froze again. I'm sorry. You literally pointed at the computer like, "Is it still recording?" I looked and I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." Then it freezes, and then it came back. So we're good. I literally was like,
I
"Did
was
you
just-
just trigger it?" Like,
I
come on,
was
man.
just-
Okay.
Maybe I'm the magic bear.
Yeah, so, alright. So Dallas picks me up from my house at this point. We're riding in Dallas' car. We go park at the back entrance because there's a gate. It's a gated-in apartment complex. And we can't go in because it's so late. So we're waiting for Troy to walk the long ways 'cause he has to walk across the whole complex. And it made sense for us to go the back way. Just it makes it sound like assholes, but it was a smart way to go. And we had to wait for him to come over there and jump the fence and shit. Now, we backed in to the exit. So we're perpendicular to the road. We drove into the driveway. We backed in. Our headlights are on, facing the woods. I forgot to mention, on the way up here, yeah, so it's kind of hard to explain, but we drive towards this apartment complex. To the left is big farm field, and it's probably 100, maybe 200 yards long, I don't know, estimate. And then there's a bunch of woods, so it's just trees on the other side. And we saw, so it's not storming tonight, it's not overcast or anything, it's just nighttime, and
Stars in the sky, clear.
stars in the sky. We saw this big orb of light sort of thing going on, and
Behind, like in the woods that we were about to be facing.
yeah, so I don't know what the deal was. I gotta pause for a second. This is... Okay, we back. So, we started seeing this big orb of light that kind of looked like a lightning flash, but again, didn't make sense for lightning to happen. But, so, basically, imagine you're looking at an open field with woods on the other side, and a big orb of light is starting to flash out of the trees, and kind of like it peaks above the trees. So you're kind of seeing this like
And
strobing.
we're talking like 150 yards, kind of.
No,
big
it's a
orb.
big,
It's massive.
kind of like this orbing, strobing looking.
The first one was
blue light.
green. The second one was blue.
It was a bluish, yeah, it was bluish green
And
color.
the green one came up like a sphere. It almost looked like a bubble shield without the honeycomb pattern.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
like-
like it was
good way to
basically like
describe
that.
And we're driving and we see it to our left out of the side of like it's our what's it called, peripheral vision, and both of us turn and we were like, what the fuck, you see that? And then it kind of both were just like, oh, it's lightning, and then we're like, it's not lightning. That happened again. So we saw it clearly and we're like, shit. And then we backed in. We're kind of sitting there for a second. We're still talking about that because we're like, that was really weird. What was that? And then we was like, that was kind of weird, but whatever. Freaky a little bit. So we have our headlights pointing towards this open field, opposite side of the woods, and we see a pair of eyes. Now you got to think again, 150 to 200 yards away are these trees. It's a good distance away. We see like a pair of eyes, like you would see when you see a deer in the headlights or something. You see an animal nighttime coming off light. You all know what it looks like, but it's a good 15, 20 feet up from the ground. Estimate. I mean, it's tall. It's really tall. It's good halfway up these pine trees or something. You know, and we have tall trees here.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw that, and there's two beady looking eyes. So we're able to distinguish two eyes, which means if we were like a normal sized human, those eyes would look like one eye from that distance. You wouldn't be able to recognize two because they're too close together. So we saw two eyes, so it must have been something big, and it was tall, right? That's all we could see. And we were like, are those two things eyes? And we're like, yeah, that's definitely eyes. That's weird. I don't know what that is. We're both just not talking. We're leaned forward. We're locked onto that. And then they go away. They just disappear. And then about 15, 20 seconds later, because we're looking around. Well, it wasn't even that long. It was like 5 seconds. I show up again, but they're like 50 yards down to the left. So, like, there's no way physically something could have moved that far that fast. And then we see them in the same spot, same height, big eyes, and we don't know what the hell this thing is. Now we're freaked out because we're like, no way something can move. What is it? Why is it that big? If it was coincidentally two animals, it didn't happen again, you know? Like, so... let's say hypothetically it was two animals up in a tree right next to each other that looked like one pair of eyes. I would have been able to buy that, except it happened. They were gone, they're again, and they're down to the left. So it was like, what the fuck's happening here? And we just saw a weird blue light in the same trees, and so we start freaking out. This point is when Troy's jumping the fence, and we literally were like, get the fuck in the car because we freaked out. Then we drove to Steak and Shake, and Dallas and I didn't eat because I literally
As we were
didn't have
going
an
on the road, you kept like looking back on it,
Yeah,
and it like
freaked out.
it was weird. It was like because it literally like looked like it was just following us, not like physically following us, but like its head was always tracking us. It was crazy, and it literally was like one. I have felt like fear. I feel like I have felt fear twice in my life, and that was one of the two.
Yeah, I
times.
say we were genuinely
Like-
scared. It wasn't like a.
And I respect that.
It wasn't like because you were there at St. You were like, why didn't you guys go after it? And it wasn't.
Yeah,
like,
no, I
It
totally
did not feel right. Like
I totally so like I will verify their emotion by saying I've been this person my whole life. I'm always go after it. Like let's run. When they got there, I didn't want to make that comment because I realized it had affected them. Does that make sense? So like I respect the fact that you were afraid, and I respect the fact that I will label it unnatural. But like
again, my conclusive statement is always, I don't necessarily believe it was aliens. I don't know what I saw, but I genuinely will never be able to explain what I saw. Like I'll never be able to
does
confidently.
that bother you?
Yeah, well, of course it does. I don't like to think about it.
But I mean, like, does it bother you in the sense like?
No, I was like
Do you regret
genuinely.
not-
I mean, you were there, but I was shook. Like I
I'm-
felt. I was like, that's the best way to describe it, though. I was freaked out.
That's a pretty good word.
I was freaked the fuck out, and like, yeah, I'll never know what I saw, and I don't know.
That I couldn't.
I don't expect to get an answer for that.
I just want.
But I just for anybody who anybody who wonders it, I'm not somebody that's like aliens. Like I've seen an alien. Like I don't think that. I just don't know what I saw.
I'd want to know. I don't believe in ghosts. None of that. Like I respect the fact that people have had experiences, and like it is not my place to delegitimize somebody else's experience. And what that means is like I might not believe you saw something unnatural, but I believe that you think you saw something unnatural, and that means you saw something unnatural.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because what's the definition of a UFO? It doesn't mean it's an alien. It means it's
flying object.
unidentified. So if you see something unidentified and unnatural, screw the fact that it's a weather balloon. You are freaked out because you think it's unnatural, right? It's like no, I totally get it. Like our friend's house, who, again, I firmly don't believe in ghosts, but something was weird about this man's house. Like I swear, like I couldn't. Like again, I'm am the person who would run into the woods and get grizzly murdered by an alien. But like his house was, I couldn't stand in his living room after dark.
It was
You really couldn't.
I couldn't. Not even in the middle of the day.
It's not
It's like
good.
I was house sitting for them one time, and I remember like his mom like left me some money for house sitting because I guess it was polite, and I like my friend had hid it in his house, and I could not walk around his house to look for it. And I don't know if that, like, maybe that's a stupid example when when you're 14 years old and there's a 20 laying around somewhere for you. I still couldn't walk around, but I was like, no,
I think
crazy.
there's another example. So my mom built this house on some property. There's a decent amount of land out in the area that we live, and there were some woods, and their slave house. Straight 1800s slave. The people that owned this property they owned slaves back in the pre-Civil War era of the United States, and there was a house out there. That was a straight slave house.
And it's creepy.
It's creepy, and when you go there, and when you're looking into it, and like Jesse and I stepped up into it, there's an eerie. You feel.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's not, and I think it's obviously like it's something. I don't know. It's just something's not good about being in there.
I walked in there one time, and when I came out of there, I was like, not going back in there ever, because you literally walk in there, and it feels like somebody puts 5-pound weight on both of your shoulders.
And it's cold in there.
Just an extra 10 pounds.
Yeah, it's cold.
It gets colder, and you just feel like.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best way to describe it.
We used to.
I feel like if we did a blindfold test of like walking somebody in there, they'd be like, I don't know where we are, but I want out of it because
we used to
it's
camp,
freaky.
We used to camp and stuff a bunch out there. I mean,
yeah,
I'm obviously not we used to camp, and I remember
that's what I'm like. I was thinking that too. I was like, we used to sleep like right next.
And like I used to just in the summer, I just throw like a blanket down, like a towel, and just lay on the towel and sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like I just open air or whatever. And I remember waking up one night. And it was one of those jolt awake, and I woke up, and like when I came to, I was staring into that slave house, and I was like, it's like 2, and I'm kind of scared. Like,
somebody at one point suggested we sleep in the slave house, and that person
totally me. And when you were like, look at it, go look at it, and I literally stuck my head.
Say, just look at it, step in it, just look.
I stuck my head and I was like, no, I'm gonna sleep on the ground over there. Like, nah, he's right. The weirdest thing about that is, so we lived near like a military base, and like I climbed up in there once, and there's a bunch of hay. I moved a bunch of the hay around, and the big wooden boxes that says like fragile, handle with care. Like there's one of those boxes disassembled, and all the stickers on it say Air Force Base. But it's just one little crate because there's 4 sides to it, and just had a weight and everything.
So it was like one of the wooden crates that would have like the rope handles on the side, and then it would have like the hay inside of it to keep whatever they were packing.
Totally.
So that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not Mr. Conspiracy over here. I am secretly, but I mean, like, it wasn't anything. I'm just saying, like, it was a weird find in a slave house. I went in there once because I found this, like, so I really wanted the doorknob that was on. Yeah, I like stuff like that, but I ended up not getting it because it's disrespectful. But
this house we're living in right now is haunted, so
yeah,
I don't believe you.
Talk about it.
I don't
want to know about it.
There's really nothing.
It's not a harmful ghost.
There's nothing.
I don't care.
Zuby woke up very uneasy.
Everything spooks me out. Yeah. I'd rather just not know.
All right, we're gonna say one thing about this house that we're literally sitting in right now. We were hanging out here about a month and a half ago.
Not long.
Kalen was here, Zuby, and it was right whenever we were recording the podcast with him. We were all just chilling in the living room. We were just sitting in a circle, on the couches and stuff, and we were just talking. TV wasn't on, nothing. Out of the blue, we have a bookshelf inside of the entertainment system here, and like 8 books fell off of it. And nothing was going on. There was no sound. There was no bass from our subwoofer or surround sound.
And there's, you can't even like say that there's some weird draft or anything. It's inside of a glass closed door, so like there's nothing that can affect these books, and they just fell over.
Yeah.
And it was like shortly after we had a conversation with Kaylin about how the house is haunted. It was like 20 minutes after that happened.
I'm sitting in the house right now. I'm looking at what you're talking about, and I believe you that it happened. I don't believe you.
Because there's no way. Because there's no way.
It's gonna happen.
No, I will say.
I'm gonna leave.
I will go on the record right now and say, if this house is haunted, I want to get attacked tonight.
Grizzly.
I don't care, dude.
Grizzly ghost murder.
Grizzly ghost murder.
Don't tell. No, I'm just.
But you can see it with the books. There's no reason they'd fall over.
No, look. I
trust and they're pushed back. And whenever they fell, they fell against the glass, so they had to come forward like 6 inches before they could even fall.
Look, I'm on your side here, but I've never had an experience like that, and I don't know.
And just so you guys know, for extra reference, just real quick, we haven't opened that bookshelf since we moved in.
Yeah.
I opened it once because I was trying to.
But that was after the fact, and I did it way before the fact.
Yeah,
because I was trying to reset this clock we have there.
No, I mean, again, as a skeptic over here, I totally believe you in that. There's no way that those could have fallen on their own accord. Like, there's no draft, there's no shaking, there's no angle, there's no nothing. Like, I get it. I get it.
It was actually solar winds.
Solar winds.
It was that dog barking in the bush.
Tectonic plates.
No,
sedimentary layers.
Cole's fan turns on and off all the time, and before we moved in here, we were. I remember I was sitting on the couch looking back, and we started a movie. It was a horror movie. Of course, it happened during a horror movie. It was The Woman in Black. We were sitting there watching that, and the hallway is so dark. Like, the entire living room is really dark. There's no light overhead, and it's annoying, but whatever. But like, I looked down the hallway, and the doors open to what is now Cole's room, and it was completely black in there. The hallway was completely dark. And I just look back there, and then I look away, and then the light flickers on, and I look over, and the light's just on, and I'm just staring at it, and then it just turns off. It just turns off, and then I go, Dallas!
No, like, you can
start screaming at Dallas, and then the knocking on the back door. Do you remember the knocking?
Yeah, no, the knocking on the back door. That was a bad one.
That one
I don't like thinking about because that wasn't a good one.
What were we watching?
Why are we doing this?
I don't know what we were watching. I don't care what we were watching, but we literally heard.
No.
And like on the back door.
It was every
It happened a lot.
It was like for 30 minutes straight. I remember like the main one I remember was like the first time I heard it. I jolted and got goosebumps. I went
Well, before we go any further, in respect of Jessica, do we want to stop?
Yeah, let's just move past.
Because there is one more than I was here for.
For the entirety of this, my eyes are watering. I don't know why this is happening.
Because I was here for one of them. And
proceed.
No. I'm sorry. I'm the one who suggested, so we better move on. But I don't want to move on.
Don't move on. Say it.
All right, so we're sitting here at the kitchen table. I'm sitting.
You got so excited.
I'm sitting in the
I will say this one's a lot less scary because actually this is a pure testament to everything Jesse's been talking about getting alien Grizzlied. He will do it.
So we're sitting.
Dallas and I will witness this shit.
We're like, I remember we're
high school still.
Yeah, high school. I was like 16, 17. I'm sitting in the exact same seat that I'm sitting in now. No nonsense. Same table. Looking right past Dallas. We got all hyped one night. Dallas was like, "Yo, I found all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. We're playing Yu-Gi-Oh." We're like, "Yeah, cool. We're playing Yu-Gi-Oh." So we had our Yu-Gi-Oh cards all spread out on the table. And I'm looking past Dallas, and I can see into the kitchen, and there had like a kitchen door. And it was weird. Like, the garage is never supposed to be open, but it was open. And I can only describe it as it's like it's one of those doors that has like the glass window right in the middle. I'm drawing it, but you can't see it.
French windows.
Yeah, like they're called that. Yeah, and we're sitting here, and I'm looking at the window, and it's got just a very thin curtain. So if somebody, I would have seen. Sorry. The window starts shaking like somebody's beating on it, and the door opens. And it's a door that pulls into the garage. So the door opens and opens about halfway. The door was still moving. I get up from the table and I sprint outside. I mean, it was not.
No, you grabbed a broom.
No, you grabbed the Swiffer.
Did I grab the Swiffer?
You grabbed the Swiffer. I was outside in my socks. I just went out and I was.
Cole grabbed the Swiffer. You grabbed that, and I grabbed the baseball bat. And I was like,
for the record, it was the first thing I got my hands on. It wasn't like, I'll take a Swiffer and kill this motherfucker. No,
I'm just saying,
this is the
speed in which I was out in the yard. I mean, I was in the road yelling, "Who wants some?" Because I thought I was somebody cool.
We got to tell that story about the thing in a minute, but
I'm just saying, I was out there so fast
with the whole. We saved some people from getting murdered.
Oh
no, I was out here. I was out there so fast. I mean, and we saw nobody, and all the houses around have like fenced-in yards. So, like, reasonably speaking, somebody couldn't have hopped into a yard and hid. And
they would have.
That's pretty weird.
You would have seen that
again. Like, I was out there fast. Like, if somebody, like, imagine walking into like your house and just pulling the doorknob and pulling it like real lightly, and before it swings halfway, I was out the door. I mean, I was out the door fast.
I will say the way you reacted made me not scared because the reason I grabbed the Swiffer and I was like going out there because I was just like, all right, let's what's going on out here. But I wasn't like, oh shit, I'm about to literally have to fight for my life here.
I can tell you what shirt I was wearing.
So
it's a big
right before we go to saving the people's life. I had one more thing. If you want to see some of this for yourselves, people watching this, you go back to about 3 streams of mine pretty early in it. I'm streaming and my lights will turn off like every 5 minutes, and I swear to God, it's not me doing it. I'll be like, the lights will turn off, and I'm like, there goes that fucking ghost
all the
again.
time on stream.
And then I will turn it back on.
I think in mine. I'm safe.
Because your overhead light doesn't work.
Well, yeah.
It's electrical.
If they start fucking my fluorescent light, I'm freaking out. That's when I'm gonna be
no,
like,
it's literally, if it was an electrical thing, it'd be consistently one of the two things. It'd either be the light or the ceiling fan, and it wouldn't be in both of our rooms.
He's got a point.
I mean,
well, mine's out. Mine's out
because for me,
like mine doesn't work.
I will go to bed at night with the lights off, ceiling fan on, and I'll wake up with the ceiling fan off, lights on.
Not to mention the whole blinds thing. You remember the blinds were askew the other day? That was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, every other blind on Cole's window was flipped up.
He was with me. I didn't fucking do this.
I was like,
I don't like this at all.
A ghost that hates us.
Dude, I'm telling you, I walked in there. I walked in, did a 180, walked out. I said, "Dallas, come look at this shit right now."
No, he literally walked into my room while I was taking a shit.
And
he was like, "I'm gonna wait here. I'm not going back in there. You're gonna finish it."
Because I wanted him to
okay.
I know he's already on my side, but I wanted him to believe me, and I didn't. The blinds were askew, and I didn't do it.
I'm challenging it. Whatever thinks it's in this house. Whenever the
I'm gonna do this right now. This time you die.
I don't care.
All right,
dude. This it possibly could have talked on the mic because we wouldn't hear it. It could be picked up in the podcast somewhere. Somebody find the ghost voice.
Yeah.
You see, that's the disappointing part. Because even if a ghost does talk, they're not gonna believe it.
Yeah.
I won't believe it.
I wouldn't either. Well, I would because I wouldn't.
I'm right here and I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, but you'll never believe anything.
Right.
Literally, you can get grizzlied by an alien. You still don't believe it.
I promise you, if I get grizzlied by an alien, I promise you, halfway, my last thought is going to be like, "Thank you," and then off into the wild.
Dallas, you want to take the lead on the?
Yeah, sure. I'll take the lead on it.
So this is the story of how.
Totally cool with me.
No, So
you were living here.
Yeah.
This is during the time that Cole was living here, and we're coming back from the gym one night. And so
we just dropped Tyler off.
We had just dropped Tyler off. We're coming back home from the gym, and we get home and we're walking up into the driveway. But sometimes we usually stop in the front yard because it would feel nice outside. This was during like the winter time, and it felt really good to just stand outside when we talk for a second. And this car drives by our house really slow, creeping, like weird, kind of creeping. And we were like, well, that's fucking weird. Car does a U-turn at the end of the road, starts coming back towards us. So we're like, fuck this, let's get in the garage and close that shit. So we get in the garage, we close the door on the garage. These people creep by the house going like 4 miles an hour.
We're peeking through the little garage window, so there's like head height. You have to get on your toes, but you can see just out the window. And
it's dark in the garage, so we know they can't see us from what we're doing at the time. And these people literally stop like 20 yards after my house. And the guy who lives across the street from me, I'm just going to call him Dennis, they stop, and 2 people get out of the back of this car, and they go around to the trunk. They pop the trunk, they open it, and they get out 4 big duffel bags that just don't look right. Like, we've all seen it in the movies and stuff. Like, when people are carrying that many duffel bags on them, they're not...
Dude, I wish there was
not good. It's not a good time.
There was a recorder in the garage so we could have heard just, holy shit, what are they fucking doing? Like
yeah.
Both of us were like, is this fucking like happening right now?
Right
so actually, we
eyes.
Straight up like, all right, keep going. You go.
So we're just sitting there, and I'm like, they start slowly walking around the side of Dennis's house. Just slowly walking with these duffel bags, and I'm like, but this can't happen. What are we going to do?
Yeah, we were like, straight like they're about to break in there and maybe kill the people inside.
And I open the garage. I hit the garage to open the garage, and I'm telling you, like, we're like 30 yards away from these people at this point.
Our plan was literally, like, we're going to
open the garage, we're going to spook them, we're going to close the garage, and I'm going to yell.
Because, like, now we have, like, a really quiet garage, but it was one of the older models that's just, you know when the garage opens, it's loud as fuck. You hear it, it's loud. So we were like, if we do that, it'll make a noise, they'll know we're still here, something. But we're not going to open it enough to where they could come kill us, so that's what we did. And then, so they were walking towards the front door. Like, they're going, like, because they were, like, walking along the side, and they start going towards the front door, and they're in the yard, mind you. They're not, like, they're in the yard. They're not just walking along the street, like... And once they heard the garage, they were like, they took a cut to the left, like stopped walking towards the house, like towards the door, and just kept walking. They just kept walking down the street.
Yeah, and the guy in the car left.
And so we can only assume they walked a good bit down, and then the guy in the car came back and picked them up. But so they were definitely up to no good.
Yeah,
100%. They were gonna break into that house. If they weren't gonna kill them, they were gonna break in there, and I don't know what. But like there was older people that live in that house, and they had no chance. Like, honestly, it was. Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's just a couple that have 2 dogs. Like,
I'll say this now. I'm way more scared of people than I am the what can be considered unknown. And that's
I can fight a person. I'm cool with that.
And then neither one of them were wearing masks either. I can describe both of them.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying I could. It was.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the David story over here.
You want to go for it?
So, while on the topic of people being scary, this story does not have a happy ending. So, don't get your hopes up. My Uncle David, he lives in Alabama. He has a family. He's got a wife and 2 daughters. And one night at 2 a.m., he gets a knock on the door, and he's pistol-toting Christian. So he grabs his gun and he goes downstairs, and he doesn't open the door for these people, but he has one of those little slider things.
What's the password?
I thought he had the glass.
Oh yeah, no, he had the glass beside the door. So he kind of just peeked his head. You could speak through the glass. So he was like, "What do you people need?" And they're like, "Our car broke down the road, and we need a phone. Can we use your phone?" And David was like, "It's 2 a.m. No, you can't use my phone. There is a gas station about a quarter mile down the road behind you." He told him which way to go. They said thank you, and they moved on. David waited to watch them walk away, and then he went back upstairs and he went to bed. 10 minutes later, they hear 5 gunshots, and these 2 people had killed the entire family that lived next door to them, and then the people got away as well. They weren't caught.
So they straight up were just knocking on doors, waiting for people to let them in, and they were just gonna kill them, and they did. And that's apparently So
it's fucking crazy.
He lived basically because he was just no.
So this other book that I read in elementary school had this family that didn't get murdered.
I'm so sorry. You could have walked away. I apologize that it went so long.
I don't want to walk away.
Well,
the ghosts are gonna hang out.
No, that's a fair point.
He just puts a hand on your shoulder. Don't worry about what they're talking about. It's nothing. And you just.
I sometimes lose my glasses. I need the lights every now and then. It gets cold, so I turn the fan off. I'm sorry.
That book sucks. So I was kind of mad.
I think ghosts are ridiculous. Look, here's the thing. I'm not going to delegitimize anybody's experience, but ghosts are ridiculous. And I was gonna say grow up, but I don't mean that. It fit in the cadence of what I was saying.
That's my thing. I genuinely walking around. I'm not oh, there's ghosts in here, but there's so much inexplicable shit that happens around here. I'm just I don't know how that happens.
I buy that. I'm just saying I don't know, man. To just say,
I've never felt scared.
No, I've never felt scared
ghost.
or like I was gonna be harmed in here.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of weird shit that happens.
Well, referring back to
it starts with bookcases and then
Grizzlied.
we're all dead.
You get Grizzlied.
I'm just saying,
that's a verb now.
referring back to our other friend whose house, our friend shall remain nameless. His house is quote unquote haunted or whatever.
Let's call him Wonton.
Valid. No, it's totally acceptable. Totally acceptable. The thing about his house is this kid was my, one of my best friends, and he filmed this whole big video where he supposedly caught this ghost on tape, and I love this man to death. He'd call me right now and say, "Can you drive, 24 hours to Canada? I just need a person here." I'd do it. I'd do anything for this dude. And I will never believe that video is real. I won't, because it's too perfect that he set up a camera and caught the ghost. It's ridiculous. He tried one night and set up the camera and caught the ghost. I just can't believe it. I need to be there. I am a man of wanting experience. And
well, like we said earlier, I can testify that I have never felt more uncomfortable than I have when I stood in his house at the time.
No, I used to sleep in his living room all the time.
And the video evidence, right? Obviously, nobody watching this has ever seen it, but yeah, it's yeah, maybe, but that's as far as it goes.
I believe that there is something I threw all my skeptical stuff out there. Something was weird about his house. Again, you felt the only way I can describe it is you felt like you were being watched. And I think everybody sort of knows what I'm talking about when I say that. And he had a huge plate glass window in his living room
that looked out. They had a fucking street light in their backyard over a fucking
silo. They had a bay window.
Yeah, you didn't like looking out that window. Never at night, but ever. You didn't like his whole house creaked. It made noises, but the house was built way 100 years ago, and then it was extended upon.
Well, let's not forget there was a house where his backyard was. There's a house back there that burned down.
Oh, dude, that's a great This is probably not gonna be cool, or this is not gonna be meaningful to anybody. But I remember when I was really young, my dad just said, "Come out here. There's a fire or something." So I come outside, and we're standing on my back porch, and 300 or 400 yards away. I mean, I couldn't quite hit a golf ball there, but it's walking distance. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just fire, and we're like, wow, that's a pretty big fire. And then, in the blink of an eye, this whole house is on fire. I mean, I saw a house burn down. like above the trees, fire is crazy. We had the thing on videotape because we like, the cops, fire department, nobody was in the house, nobody got hurt, but yeah, and like that was an event for us every now and then was to go walk around the foundation of that house. And that was in his backyard. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. So there's still some of the remains there, so you can,
Yeah, no, it was creepy. Like the creepiest thing, I don't like shoes. Every time, like if you go in anything abandoned, if you go in...
Can we just cut out, I don't like shoes. Just like,
I'm just saying, man, if you're in like an abandoned house or something, or like, you know what I'm saying, like in an area where there's not commonly like traffic, and you just find a pair of shoes, or one shoe, how do you lose one shoe?
No, it's like...
There's a melted pair of shoes.
When we went to the abandoned pasteurization plant, and we found that desk, and inside that desk was a notepad, and the only note written on that notepad was "I did nothing wrong," and I was like,
but that was clearly like also,
somebody obviously wrote that to fuck with somebody.
Also on
the perfect sentence.
Also in that same property, there's an old Volkswagen Beetle, beautiful car if you're into old Volkswagen Beetles. But in the on the rear view mirror, it was probably a group of our friends hung a Jason Voorhees mask, and like the note that says "I did nothing wrong" to me is just like hanging a Jason Voorhees mask. You know what I'm saying? It's like planting so obvious evidence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We do have a friend. Those really tall corn silos that you see in movies or in real life if you live near corn silos. Dude climbed to the top of that.
Yeah.
I saw evidence.
That was nuts.
Yeah.
Wonton did good that day.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, all I'm saying is like, I think that...
I climbed way higher than I should have on that.
When Wonton was up there, I was like, listen, he's dying today because he's slipping on the way down.
You ever gotten in like... I'll like there are times in my life when I've made a decision and I'm like, more intelligent person would have not put himself in this position. One time was when I was firing a bow straight up in the air. That was the first time.
That's fun and all, because you're like, ooh, look how high that goes. Then you go, shit, that's gotta come down.
And when you lose sight of it and you're standing there looking the other person in the eye going, one of us is about to get impaled through the top of the head. And then neither of you do, and you both go, glad you're still here, man. Like, that's a moment that you'll never forget, I guarantee you.
Trust exercise. Boom.
No, it wasn't trust exercise. It's, hey, I'm about to catch it. Shoot it. I almost caught it. Shoot it again. Like, we made that dumb mistake twice. And the second time, it was...
Side note, Jesse and I were way cool. We had airsoft guns back in the day. We would literally shoot them straight up in the air and catch the BBs. So that's just cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we managed that,
and then my mom pulled up at your dad's house one time. I was like, hey, you're going to be in this play at church. And I'm like... No, we're over here playing with airsoft BBs. And she's like, nope, get in the car. And I left, and I was the star of that play.
I remember you had to leave abruptly. I didn't remember exactly why. Yeah, that was, we just had an airsoft gun, we would shoot it, drop the gun, and then catch the BBs. Straight up in there, just staring into the sun.
I miss the old days.
Bleeding out of the eyes, but you caught the BB.
I used to sit in front of the sliding glass door during the summer when it was really hot because I didn't like being outside. And I would just sit there and I'd wait to see, like, something I could shoot at with my airsoft gun, and I just opened the sliding glass door and just boop, and always miss. I was terrible.
You basically described being a dog or something. Like, I just sat by the door and just barked at you when it came by.
It was hot. I didn't want to be outside.
I'm just a kid shooting birds.
So this was a pretty good podcast, I'd say.
Yeah, I would say, like, I had fun.
We got up to 57 minutes here.
Ghosts aren't real. Fight me. Come on.
The NASCAR isn't rigged.
No,
I'm gonna name this Aliens, Ghosts, and Getting Grizzlied. That's what I want to do.
There we go.
Here's my thing.
Wait, we have to come up with a name. Jessica here. So I would play into the fact that you apparently don't like anything paranormal, or even not paranormal, but just anything scary in the slightest. I don't know.
Don't make me come up with this.
Scaredy cat.
Yeah, no, that's
wet blanket. I'm sorry. I said make it hurtful.
I don't.
Try to throw Grizzly in the name somewhere.
Yeah, that makes you sound like super badass. Can you handle that?
Can you handle being badass?
I can. I am.
You are?
No, I'm scared.
Scared Grizzly.
Well, take heart in the fact that all of their supernatural stories are probably made up.
They're not made up, man.
I know they're not. Look, I believe you. Like, okay, so
I'm just like looking around, constantly waiting for something to happen.
At one point, you were like, you know that feeling when somebody's looking at you? I just went.
I keep
the
waiting
thing
for
that kills me,
door to, like,
the thing that really kills me,
is you feel it.
No, when I go into the bathroom, and for some reason, whenever you open the bathroom, it'll push that little side mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
It'll come open a little bit, and you'll just have a double back, and you're looking at yourself in the face. Like you open the door, and it's just.
And then your face is.
It sucks. I hate that.
Or you're looking at the back of your head.
If you've taken anything away from this, take away that
Nope,
if you've got a group of friends You got a group of friends. You need a code word, something to know.
We have already established ours.
When you're not messing around. And what I mean is like,
if they toy with this, you got to drop them.
Is
They're
like,
no longer a friend.
Like, so for context, their story that they told about when they were picking up Troy and they saw the thing. Like, again, my heart of hearts wants to not believe them because it fantastical and whatever. We established our contextual, like,
wasn't this
code
after
word.
that? No, this was after that.
No,
but they still used it on that.
No, and we were like, listen, if you're lying about this, then you're lying about everything, and none of this is real. None of the friendship is real. And get sappy and say, but you have a code word because
we
you
put
need
money
like,
in it too.
So I trust that they're telling the truth. But like in my heart, I don't believe it was fantastical. I trust that they think it's like I'm conflicted because I want it to be real really bad, but I want to see it. I want to experience it.
And so you guys know that word is one hundo.
Yeah, like if we're like, hey, we all like people across the street, we're about to get murdered. Like one hundo. That's how you confirm.
And if it's eye contact,
you're not allowed to bullshit when you say one hundo.
If you say one hundo and you're bullshitting, we tried to establish a money thing, but most of the time you still can't prove whether or not they're wrong. We just have to trust each other. If you don't trust them, fuck it.
Honor system, man.
Yeah, it's all about 100%. You have to have that integrity.
Because we all fuck around with each other all the time. Like, yeah, dude, I just died yesterday. Like, we'll just say something stupid like that. But
Cole and I used to play all these games, and like the rule was like you would do something, and the other person would judge you, and it was on honor system. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you kicked the ball into a soccer goal, it was the other person would judge whether or not it would have been saved or not. And if you're so when you're playing a game, if one person says honor system and the other person you repeat it honor system, that means that for that game, your competitive aspirations
put it aside.
cannot inflict your judgment of the other person. And I can say confidently that neither Cole nor I or everybody I ever used the honor system with was ever violated.
No,
so I trust the 100 system. 100%. I trust it 100%.
We don't have to get into that, but like that's the sad shit we did. Like, it's just Jesse and I playing outside, so we played full team sports with 2 people, and we made rules that made it happen. We'd shoot at open nets with hockey or soccer or football, wherever you're from, and we would judge whether or not that would have been saved if had there been a goaltender in there.
Yeah, and
so that was how we played. Like we were like both of us evaluated. We're like, no goal.
I believed in this honor system so much, I lost a game that we were wagering heavy pride points on, and like whatever we were wagering. And let's just say that Cole shot, I judged myself the loser appropriately, and got so angry at losing that a hockey stick ended up going through the side of a house, the outside of a house, and but like it would have been easy for me to lie and not throw a hockey stick, but I told the truth because honor system, don't break it.
Yeah, there's definitely friends that you should have in your life where you can know that you can say whatever you are feeling to them, and they'll
that you can disbelieve in ghosts but believe they've seen one. You feel me?
Yeah, that's interesting.
No, it
is actually interesting.
No, I know, I mean it. That's why that's what I'm saying. It's an actionable advice is that have friends that you can trust their experience is unique and valid and independent of your own.
Yeah.
I mean, but then, like, that's the whole thing about being a person, is a slow realization that everybody's another person, and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
All right, so let's not dive too deep in there.
That's a rabbit hole.
Are we able to figure out anything else, or you having to settle with Goaty Gal?
Goaty Gal till I die.
All right, then. Well.
Grizzly goat.
Grizzly goat. Ooh.
Grizzly goat. Ooh, scary.
That's flattering.
Grizzly Gal.
Goaty Gal. Grizzly.
Give you Grizzly Gal. Scary. Ghostly gal. You can't have anything ghost related.
My sister just texted me out of nowhere. She just sent me the phrase, "I'm sorry for you," and I don't know what she's sorry about, and I want to stop this.
Well, all right. Well, let's wrap it up so we can figure out this problem.
Okay, so that was episode 3. Hope you guys all enjoyed as usual. Seriously, I love the support of the podcast. There are a couple thousand views a pop, which is crazy. That's way more people interested in just random bullshit we have to say. That's great. This will be the true test, though, because there's nothing Halo we talked about.
Yeah, there's nothing Halo here. So if you enjoyed this, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, put all those things up there. Make sure you ring that bell so you got the notifications when new videos come up and all that good stuff. And make sure you put up the 2 special words of the day that lets us know that you listened to the end.
Oh, yes.
Dang it.
Which are what words?
No, hold on. I said it earlier. No, I said it earlier.
That's way too...
No, I said it earlier. And I know it in
How
my
is that
head.
one so
You just got to give me a moment.
Is Gentleman?
You got to... Yeah, it is. Totally. Totally. You... Gentleman, work it into a story. Yeah. Tell me a story. If it's, I swear to God, if you type the words gentleman and walk away.
Too many people that, I don't know if you know, Jessica, we always give people the secret words so we know if they watch to the end.
You work it into a story. I mean, I want tears. When that grizzly bear got shot out in the snow, it hurt, man. Tell the story. Make me cry.
I'm gonna be moved by those comments. All right, Gentle Ben is the secret word. Thank you guys again for listening. We'll be back 2 weeks from now. Much love, much respect. I'm done. You guys want to say something?
Jabronies out.
Okay.
I don't like how you knew me when you were like you were thinking of Gentle Ben.
It's Gentle Ben, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. You were true.